Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Seun Salami here. Thank you guys for watching all my videos. Thank you for sticking around so far. So I received this on Facebook from a young lady. Here it is. She says she's in a relationship with some guy and her brother does not support the relationship. Or when you hear things like that, you then want to ask, okay, why is he not supporting the relationship? Because there are so many reasons why you could have this situation. It's because the relationship is a long distance relationship. Now, if you know me at all, you will know that I got married to somebody who I had a long distance relationship of 7 years with, and that puts me in a place where I can empathize with this person. Many people think that long distance relationships are just trouble, but it's not so. If you can get communication right in a long distance relationship, it's actually very, very advantageous, because you see, long distance relationships help you to focus on getting to know somebody without the physical intimacy, because the number of times you actually get to see this person is very limited. So you are less, you have less time to face that temptation of physical intimacy. So what you should be concentrating on is talking to this person, finding out things about this person. That is the main thing. If you can get communication right, and it's not just the phone call. Hey, what are you up to? How was your day? Fine. What did you do today? Fine. All those, that kind of conversation, it's not going to help, right? You have to deliberately go into details. You want to watch my video, on long distance relationships and how to effectively focus on communication. It's a lot of work, and that's what it is. That's just the challenge that long distance relationships are. But if you can get that one right, you would actually find out that you will know so much about this person, so much more than when you guys have seen each other so often, you've gotten physically intimate, and then it has clouded a lot of things, right? So that's the one very good advantage of a long distance relationship. So it's not all doom, right? It can actually work, and I'm a good example of that. I mean, so many times where it will feel like, man, this thing is not working, or this thing is over, but at the end of the day, you find out that if you guys push through that phase and try to focus on the thing that is really, really important, which is getting to know this partner, getting to know the other person, you would actually be better off for it. Now, back to our question. So now the brother doesn't approve of this relationship because he thinks it's not going to work. Now, here's what I'm going to say. See, when people look on the outside and they're looking into a relationship, the people in the relationship might not see the things that the people outside would see. And this is really, really very important, because sometimes the people who are in the relationship are so carried away. If you think love is blind, then marriage will open your eyes. And I always advise young people that you can't go into marriage with your eyes closed. The way it should work is that you open up your eyes wide before you get into marriage, so that you can close it in marriage to your partner's fault. Before you go into marriage, you're opening your eyes wide to look at the weaknesses, the flaws of this person, not just the sweet spots. Those are nice, but you need to look deeply into the weaknesses of this person to understand this person, so that you can learn to accept those weaknesses if you have to, and or correct the ones that need to be corrected, that can be corrected. Because it's not every weakness that your partner has that's going to be corrected. I mean, they're going to go into marriage and still find out much more. Even the person that you're in a relationship with does not even know all the weaknesses that he or she has yet. And that's the funny thing about human beings and relationships. You don't really know. Sometimes you do certain things yourself and you wonder, where did that come from? Like, is that me? Because you don't know so much about yourself yet until you are tested and you're pushed to the very limit. That's when some things will come out of you and you'll be like, wow, I didn't really know that I was capable of that. Okay, so you need to understand that and give room to getting to know the person that you're involved with. Open your eyes and know, so that when you enter marriage, then you can now deliberately close your eyes, so that your marriage can work. Because if you keep your eyes open when you're in marriage, you will see so many things. Because marriage is a pressure cooker. It will test you to your very bone, to the limit of your personality. That's what marriage does. That's the reason why these reality shows where they put people in a house together and they're living in one common place. That's why it's so popular. That's why those reality shows sell so much, because that is where you see the best and the worst of human nature, right? It will cook you up, and how much more somebody that you are particularly intimate with, somebody that you're living with, somebody that if you guys are a lot in the house, if somebody annoys you, can move to another person. But this one person, you've signed your life away to, right? And you have to live with this person for the rest of your life. That alone is enough, to get some people on the edge. right? That's the reason why, you find people switching partners here and there. I'm not going to advise you to, start taking sides with your brother, or not take sides with your brother, or end your relationship because of your brother, or whatever it is. This is the thing. Try to show your brother that you're committed to this relationship first and foremost. Let him see that this is a serious relationship for you. It's not a joke. You're not messing around. Okay. Number two is this: your convictions about the relationship. What is God saying about the relationship? What has God said to you about the relationship? If you're not in a place where you can hear God for yourself concerning a relationship, then you need to seek help. You need to talk to your pastor, talk to your friends, let other people get involved, in the situation with you, in the sense that let them look at it, objectively. Don't be carried away by, sometimes we're so carried away with our intimate relationships that we want to keep it secret. We want, because we feel like if you can't open it up to tests, then it's not worth it. You're not really going to know whether this thing is going to stand the test of time, test of pressure, test of, other things. Until you open it up, that's when you really know. Let your pastor pray about it and tell you, this is what I feel. It's not necessarily telling you who to marry, but at least he is going to look at it from a unique, point of view. Okay? And you personally, you need to pray and get an inner witness. You don't need to hear God say, oh, my daughter, this is the man. No. But there has to be an inner witness in your spirit. It will be there. There will be a conviction in your spirit that this is, and I'm not just talking about this general peace that people talk about now. Like, oh, I have peace about it. No, I have peace about so many things. You can have peace about anything that you really desire. Okay, but there has to be a conviction, and that conviction is not in your head or in your mind. It's in your spirit. You will know. The same way the Bible says that the Spirit of God bears witness with our spirits that we are the children of God. That's what I'm talking about. So there will be a witness in your spirit that this is the. Throughout those years where I was away from my wife and things were looking very challenging, at periods where it looked like, man, this thing is not going to work, there was something in my spirit that just kept convincing me that this is the person. If you go any other way, you're going to make a mistake. And that thing was there. There was no, I didn't need anybody else to tell me, this is. So when it was time to make the decision, even though it looked funny, like, why are you going to live, your life and you just move away and just go away like that? But I just knew that I was making the right move and I was doing the right thing because I had that, conviction in my spirit about the whole relationship. And it wasn't just about peace, or just feeling good about it, or like, this is the thing. Okay? So that's very, very important. And you need to be patient. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Like I always say, don't get into a frenzy of, we must marry tomorrow. We're in love. Just take your time. After a while, I'm sure your brother will come around. I'm sure he will see if this is a genuine relationship. We will see that this thing is going to really work if you give it the time. And trust me on this one, you're going to enjoy your relationship if you can learn to communicate right now when you guys are not always together, when you guys are not together all the time. If you can get it right. I mean, the times where I saw my wife, maybe in 4 years, there was a particular 4-year period where I only saw her once every year. She'll come to Nigeria in December, and that was the only time I saw her. So I had just about 1 week to deal with the temptation of physical intimacy. It was just a week. So I could actually prepare myself for that challenge, and pass the test for that 1 week. But after she's gone, it's all about communication. It's all about, there were periods where it felt almost like I was right where she was. Because, I mean, we have so many things these days. We have gadgets, we have all these apps that help us do so many things. If you really want to keep tabs on someone, if you really want to get involved in somebody's life, it's so easy these days to do that. You can stay on top of it, and this is your relationship we're talking about. This is the person you are looking to get married to. So you must do all you can, to get to know this person as much as possible. You guys Skype as much as you can, FaceTime as much as possible. Whatever it is that you need to do, just make sure that you know everything that is going on, and don't keep things for a long period of time before you talk about them. Something happened to you today, and when you get to talk to the person, instead of you to express yourself and say what has happened to you, you feel like maybe this is not the right time. You sweep it under the carpet. That's what happens, and it will keep piling up, and before you know it, you start losing that interest to really express yourself. Things start fading, because communication is the blood of a relationship. If you guys are not talking, you're not expressing yourself, the relationship is going to die. It's just natural. It will die a natural death. Okay. I'd like to hear from you more if I haven't touched on any aspect that you think, and if you're also in this situation, you're not the one who sent this message, but you're in this situation as well. I hope I've been able to help you in a little way. If you're watching and you have any other question, that you would like me to answer, you can send it to me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as Seun Salami. I have a profile page and I have a fan page. Okay, so you can send it to me on Facebook or on Instagram. I might not be able to respond to you immediately, but trust me, I will eventually respond, or I might just use it on one of my videos here, and I will be sure not to mention your name or any personal details about you. It's just the issue that we are interested in, so that other people can learn from this issue. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for always watching all my videos. Make sure you like the video if you do, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, and make sure you turn your notifications on so that you know when I have a new video out. I usually have new videos out every Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Canada, and that translates to Saturday morning in Nigeria, 5 a.m. Alright, check out some of the other awesome videos I have on the channel, and I'll see you again next week. God bless you.